This is Nicole, and this is Options for Strategic Investors Bull Call Spreads. This video is for educational purposes only and not considered investment advice. When traders think about bullish strategies and options, the first thing that often comes to mind is simply buying a call option. That's straightforward, but it can also be expensive and relatively risky. A bull call spread provides an alternative. This strategy allows you to take a bullish position with limited cost and limited risk, but in exchange, your profits are also capped. It's a trade designed for moderate, not explosive stock moves. Let's hop into the Tasty Trade platform here and demonstrate what it looks like to enter into a bull call spread. I have QQQ populated in the Trade tab, and we're going to open up the November 21st, 2025 options expiration cycle. These options expire in 50 days, and I'm going to buy the 605 strike call option, and I'm interested in selling the 610 strike call option against it to complete the bull call spread. This trade would cost $2.82. It gives me positive delta, slightly negative theta, negative vega, a max profit of $218 with a max loss of $282. Let's head over to the profit and loss diagram at expiration to see what this trade would look like. The center row represents the price of QQQ, and the top row here, titled P&L at expiration, represents the profit and loss of the trade given those different price assumptions of QQQ. And we can see that profits are capped at $218. Losses are also limited to $282. Oops. So why do traders use bull call spreads? Well, they help to control cost when calls are expensive. And one of the most important reasons why bull call spreads are used is they reduce your exposure to implied volatility and time decay when compared to trading long calls. They can be considered a more balanced trade for this reason, and they're best suited when you expect a moderate rise and not a runaway rally. If you expect a large move, a single long call can make more sense, but when efficiency matters, spreads shine. A bull call spread is built in two steps. First, you buy a call at a lower strike price. Next, you sell a call at a higher strike price. Both options usually share the same expiration date. Because the long call costs more than the short call brings in, the trade always begins as a net debit. The profit potential is capped above the short strike, and loss is capped at the upfront debit paid to enter the trade. Now let's consider some key outcomes at expiration. In order to calculate the break even, we take the lower strike price of the spread and add the debit paid. In this scenario, the lower strike price is $6.05 and the debit paid is $2.82 to get a break even price of $6.07.82. Now let's calculate max profit potential. In order to calculate max profit, we take the width of the spread, which in this case is 610 minus 605, so that equals 5, and we subtract the debit paid of $2.82. So in this example, max profit is $2.18. And finally, max loss is limited to the debit paid to enter into the spread. In this scenario, it's $2.82. So there are different variations of bull call spreads determined by which strikes the trader decides to use. A highly aggressive form of the bull call spread is where both options are out of the money. This can be a very cheap spread to enter, but has lower probability of success. It often looks enticing, but may expire worthless. So let's look at an example of where an aggressive bull call spread might make sense. I have IBIT populated in the Trade tab. That is the Bitcoin ETF. And we can see that it's been trading in a consolidated range, and I'm expecting an aggressive upside breakout over the course of the next 4 to 6 weeks. I'm going to open up the November 21st, 2025 options expiration cycle. These options expire in 50 days. And when I'm setting up spreads, I first like to look at what the options market is pricing in for an expected upside move. In order to do this, I take the cost to enter into an at-the-money straddle, which is $8.17, and I add that to the strike price of the straddle. And we get an expected upside move in this options expiration cycle of $75. And it's kind of nice because in the Tasty Trade software, they highlight this with that orangish brown line. So in this scenario, I'm interested in purchasing the 70 strike call option and selling the 75 strike call option. And we can see here that this would cost $1.28 per contract, and I want to enter into 10 contracts. And this would leave me with positive 157 delta, negative theta of just shy of 5, a positive vega of 13, a max profit of $3,720, and a max loss of the debit paid, which would be $1,280. Now let's take a look at what this position would look like at expiration. And we can see here that the profit would visibly be much larger than the potential loss on the trade. I'm just highlighting here the profit and loss at expiration so you can see the numeric values as they relate to the diagram below. A little less aggressive form of a bull call spread is where a trader buys a call near the money and sells one out of the money. So let's head back into the software here and open up the options chain. If I wanted to be a little bit less aggressive with this bull call spread, I would move the long call strike closer to the money. So in this scenario, let's go ahead and move that long call strike to the 65 strike price. And let's move the short call strike to the 68 strike price. So this puts my long call actually in the money slightly, and it puts my short call out of the money. The debit to enter into this trade is $1.53, so a little bit more expensive than the previous example. My max profit is $1,470, and my max loss is the debit paid. And when we head into the profit and loss diagram, we can see that this trade looks much more balanced. And finally, traders can be much more conservative. This is where both strikes are in the money. This translates into higher upfront costs, but has a higher probability of finishing profitable. Profits are smaller but steadier, making this a stock replacement style of a trade. So let's check out what this would look like. Let's open up the options chain here, and if I wanted both strikes to be in the money, I might select the long call strike at 60 and the short call strike at 65. In this scenario, this would cost $3.40 to enter, so quite a bit more expensive than the other examples. And my max profit would be limited to $1,600. And the max loss, of course, is limited to the debit paid, which is $3,400. Now let's take a look at what this trade looks like in the profit and loss diagram. And you can see that it's a little bit more unbalanced, max loss skewed to the downside relative to the max gain. It's important for traders to realize that bull call spreads do not widen to their maximum value until close to expiration, even if the stock price quickly reaches the upper strike. So as expiration approaches, extrinsic value starts to decay quickly, especially when both calls are in the money. As a result, the spread widens to its full payout, the difference between the strikes, only in the final days and sometimes even the last hours before expiration. If the stock hovers right at or above the upper strike for most of the option life, but isn't far above, the spread value increases gradually, but most of the widening to max profit happens very late in the trade. For most retail traders, holding to expiration or near it is what allows the bull call spread to realize its full profit potential. So the widening is a function of fast time decay near expiration and only occurs rapidly near the end of the contract. And this is especially true when the stock is above both strikes. This is why closing spreads when they reach 70 to 80% of max value is often recommended. After most of the move is captured, the remainder widens slowly until the final days. So let's look at a real-life example of this with nvidia. We are in the thinkorswim trading platform this time, and I have nvidia populated in the trade tab, and it's currently trading at $188.89. And let's say for the sake of this example, I'm interested in entering into a 185, 190 strike bull call spread. I'm going to populate the order ticket to purchase 10 of those at a price of $2.85. And let's first calculate max profit. I take the width of the spread minus the debit paid, multiply that times 100, and since I'm buying 10 contracts, I multiply that number times 10 to get a value of $2,150. And once again, that represents our max profit. When I head into the risk profile section in the analysis tab of the software, we can see the profit and loss diagram. The x-axis represents the price of nvidia, while the y-axis represents the profit and loss of the position. The blue line represents at expiration, and the purple line represents theoretical price of the spread given today's date. So when I move my cursor, we can see what the value at expiration would be, as well as the value of the spread given today's date. So we can see that purple line or pink line is much flatter than the blue line. And there's quite a large gap between the value of the spread given today's date, today, versus the value of the spread at expiration. And that gap is going to close as we get closer to expiration. Let's take a look at what that will look like as we approach expiration in the graph. So let's move the dates closer to expiration so the software can update the theoretical value of the position. So the expiration for this spread is October 17th, 2025. And as we get closer to expiration, we can see that gap narrow. So the value of the spread gets closer to the profit and loss at expiration. So you can see even the day before the spread is meant to expire, there's still a gap. And as we move the cursor through, we can see what that gap looks like numerically when we look at the highlighted box on the left. Now let's look at how days to expiration can really affect the theoretical price behavior of the spread. So if I were to enter into this trade in the December 19th, 2025 options expiration cycle, which is just under 90 days to expiration, we can see how that purple line flattens dramatically. And as we move closer to present day, I'm actually going to select the October 3rd, 2025 options expiration cycle. These options actually expire tomorrow. And you can see how the value of that spread, as highlighted in purple, is a little bit closer to the value at expiration. So the gap is closed. But the further you go out in time when entering into those spreads, the flatter that theoretical price line will be. So key points to remember are that early on, the spread's profit is limited by lingering time value in the short call. The majority of the spread's profit potential is realized deep into the expiration cycle when time decay drains the value out of the short call. This is why monitoring the time left to expiration is important and why it's common to close a spread 70 to 80% of max profit rather than waiting for full value. So the bull call spread is one of the most practical bullish option strategies. It has defined risk limited to the debit paid and defined reward limited to the strike difference minus the debit. It has multiple flavors, aggressive, conservative, or speculative, and clear management choices. It is best for traders expecting a moderate rise in a stock who prefer cost control, limited downside, and efficient risk management. As always, share, like, and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and thanks for listening. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment, financial, or trading advice. No recommendations to buy or sell securities are being made. All examples are hypothetical and for illustration only. All investments carry risk, including the possible loss of principal. Options trading involves significant risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Consult a qualified financial advisor before implementing any strategy and review your financial situation, risk tolerance, cost, fees, and tax implications. Options trading requires broker approval, and not all strategies are permitted in all account types. Returns shown are hypothetical and not guaranteed. Market conditions may change quickly, and results will vary based on market performance, timing, and execution. Read characteristics and risks of standardized options from your broker or at www.optionsclearing.com before trading options.